Hi there, my name is Noel, and I teach about meditation as a practice which finds expression across all the wisdom and religious traditions of the world, and also in secular society. In this video, we continue to reflect on the prayer that Christians often say before meditation. So, let's go. We have been talking about the John Main prayer, which we recite before we begin our daily meditation. The prayer begins, Heavenly Father, open our hearts to the silent presence of the Spirit of your Son. We've already reflected on the phrases Heavenly Father and open our hearts. So today I'd like to reflect briefly on the phrase to the silent presence of the Spirit of your Son. When we meditate, we are asking that our hearts be opened to the silent presence of the Spirit. We're not seeking a mental experience, but a silent presence. Now, this clarifies and names our intention in meditation, which is simply to be in God's presence, open and vulnerable to being transformed by the experience. I have two granddaughters, one is 4 and one is 2, and they have often sat on my lap, alert but resting, both of us gazing out at the garden and watching the birds feeding in the early morning light. On many of those occasions, not a word is spoken, and yet there is a deep communion between us. You see, love is a universal language that can be understood in silence, even by children, perhaps especially by children. Love can be experienced without being expressed in words. Have you ever had a friend who was feeling low and you sat with them for a while? Or perhaps a friend sat with you when you were suffering from some heavy loss or heartbreak. What is needed at such times is not words, but a loving presence, a sense of being loved and supported, of being held by love. At times like those, words are neither needed nor sufficient. A silent, loving presence is all that is required. Meditation is in part about letting go of thoughts and images, letting go of desires and emotional reactions. But while it is about letting go, it is not about absence. We let go of those things to make room for something else, to allow love to enter the space we have cleared by letting go. Meditation is about being open to that mysterious presence of love in our hearts, a mysterious presence that awakens us to a new kind of knowledge, the wisdom of the heart. And this kind of knowing opens a gateway to our innate spirituality. It awakens and then deepens our desire to discover who we truly are at the very depths of our being, who we are in God and who God is in us. Meditation, then, is a practice, a daily practice, in which we set aside our everyday concerns and our preoccupations. We set aside all of those things that bother or delight the ego. We let go of our egoic identity, our public face, as it were, and we simply allow ourselves to be in the silence. In letting go of these things, we also let go of all that we cling to, including religious belief and non-belief, including doctrine and dogma. For our period of meditation, we let go of all those mental categories and we allow ourselves to experience reality as it is in the moment. We allow reality to penetrate our heart. As we meditate together, having left our masks, as it were, at the door, we are all equal in the meditation space. We leave our cleverness, our foolishness, our diverse gifts, and our various shortcomings. We leave them all outside the meditation room as we move into our inner space. And there we discover that mysteriously we share this inner space with one another. We discover that through the practice of meditation, not by thinking about it. I know that I'm using words now, however badly, to try to describe this truth. But like learning the joy of riding a bicycle, it is a truth that you can only discover ultimately through practice. In meditation, we discover that the silent presence of our opening prayer is rooted in us and that we are rooted in it. In fact, it is who we really are. I invite you now to spend some time in the stillness and silence of meditation, where you can begin to experience that truth for yourself.